for all you have done for me in the last 20 years. When people ask me how difficult this job is, I always say it is less difficult than what my wife has to do. And for having taken care of all the home front that I have not been able to be as present, I thank you very, very much, and I remain grateful. I also thank my 3 children who are not here tonight, Toby, Finyi, and Dara, for it has been a huge sacrifice over the past few years that I have been away, and the sacrifice that they have had to make. I really thank them for the sacrifice. I thank my family, the Omotowa family. I'm represented by my uncle, Chief Ruben Omotowa, and his wife. I appreciate you for all the support over the years. I thank my in-laws, the Adebolas, who are also here represented this evening. And I also thank all my friends, some from way back in secondary school, who have been able to be here tonight. But I also want to especially thank Donu Kobara, who also flew from London to be here. Donu has been a close friend for quite a while. And apart from writing 2 articles about me in the Vanguard, Donu also paid her way to attend a lecture I gave at Harvard University. Donu, I don't know how to thank you. Thank you very, very much for your friendship. I think what is so special to me about all those who I have mentioned is the fact that they have stood by me despite that they have nothing pecuniary to gain from me. And this, I think, is really worthy of commendation because they have not put pressures on me in the discharge of my duties. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. It has been an amazing 5 years, and I have truly been privileged to have occupied the position that I have. I would like to thank the President, President Muhammadu Buhari, and our Vice President, Mr. Osibanjo, both for the leadership of the country, but also for the support that they have given to Nigeria LNG. We met the President about a year plus, and he spoke glowingly of the years that he was Minister for Petroleum and how at that time they were looking at building 12 LNG trains. And he wasn't so happy that we were still at 6. Mr. President, I think if we had had the kind of support you gave to us and you have demonstrated to us in the last few years, we may have moved much faster than we have. But we are confident that with your support, Nigeria LNG will continue to make great strides. We also thank the Vice President, who has been a big supporter of Nigeria LNG and has been a key sponsor for our efforts to even further improve domestic LPG in Nigeria. Oil prices have fallen significantly over the last 2 years by more than 60%. And we have seen countries like Venezuela, Russia, and even Nigeria caught napping because we did not save in the boom years and we did not prepare in the boom years. This is not the story of Nigeria LNG because we have anticipated the challenges of today, and with our board and our shareholders, we had prepared for the rainy days, and no wonder we are in a very stable position today. We have had our ups and have had our downs. I am indeed pleased that we had done 4 years without any fatality. I feel particularly happy that we have been able to keep all our staff safe and have had many, many years of no fatalities, and no serious injuries. We also had our challenges, and many will remember Nemasa and the blockade that NLNG suffered during 2013. We have also seen the effect of militancy, as well as the onslaught on business environment in Nigeria. It is important for Nigeria to continue to drive for a competitive business environment so that the business community can create jobs and add value to Nigeria. Nigeria LNG is an inspiration, and it has been changing the narrative about Nigeria. This was the same way as Daewoo in South Africa or Toyota in Japan changed the narratives about those countries. All hands in Nigeria, be it the executives, the legislators, and the communities and society, must work together to make sure that this jewel that we have in our hands in Nigeria LNG is made to continue to excel. Succession needs planning, and it was 3 years ago that I first raised the issue of my successor with my supervisor, and he was quite stunned because this was not typical of people in positions to be planning for their successors. But I am grateful that that work has now reached a point that we have now a very smooth transition due to this early preparation that we started 3 years ago. Tony is a good choice, and I have no doubt that he will lead this company to even greater heights and deliver even much more value than we have been. What has a beginning has an end. I'm actually privileged to be joining another group of ex-MDs and DDs, of which we have 3 of them here tonight. And I'm indeed very honored to move from one position to join a group of real heroes for Nigeria who have built NLNG to where it is today, and it is my honor to join this group. We are currently writing a book about the story and the history of Nigeria LNG. And there was quite a number of stories in that book that we are writing. But one that I think I particularly recall is that 2 of the initial managing directors were actually fired on the radio. Many will remember the days of the military. I think if it was that era, I probably would have been fired many, many years ago. So I leave the stage today feeling very fulfilled. Fulfilled that I have contributed my little quota, and more confident that the company is even in good hands and good shape, and it will do much better into the future. Whatever little corner we may occupy, let us do the right things and contribute positively. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Hold on, sir. Forgive me, I'm keeping my August standing. Well, Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to officially change guard. The key to unlock the 7th train, the key to increase potential, the key to sustain momentum is about to be handed over. Can I respectfully ask our incoming MD, Mr. Tony Atta, to please join Mr. Babs Omotowa on the floor for this transfer of guard. We're switching gears. This is gear 5 to 7. Don't ask me if there's gear 7. It's a new car coming soon. 5 to 7. You want to say something when you do that? You want to say something? Carry me then. Don't worry, I'll hold it back.
I think the good thing about this key is that it has the names of each and every one of the previous managing directors of the company. And usually, when it was handed over to me, it had my name with a starting date, but then not an end date. The good part about it now is that it has an end date for my name. So, Tony, it's indeed a privilege and a honor to hand over to you the keys of Nigeria LNG. And I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that you will build on the foundations that all the previous chairmen, MDs, and DDs have laid. As I said, at the retreat we had for the MDs, each of us comes and lays our own block. And as the block keeps going up, the building itself gets stronger. I wish you success. I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be successful and you will take this company even to greater heights. All the best.
Keep the applause coming, make it louder. Seamless transfer. One thing they share in common is Mr. Motawa believes in coaching people. Mr. Atta believes that people can do better when they're empowered. One more time, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'll hand the mic over to him now to say a few words, sir.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to stand before you, having just received the key. And that key will unlock Train 7. Let's start with that. I'm glad that Dr. Gaius Obasaki of Brass LNG is not in the room at this time, so I can comfortably say Train 7 will be real. Let me thank you for staying with us till this time. The night is fast spent, but I have no doubt that it's been a worthy night. And I have to thank all of you for making it so special, particularly for Babs and his lovely wife, Helen. Please let me invite you to put your hands together for this lovely family. You heard all the great things about the company. And when the MC spoke, I can't remember what he said, but he was quick to say he will stand corrected. But I want to say I stand boldly on the confirmation that this is the best company in Africa. A company that has contributed more than $6 billion in taxes to government and more than $22 billion in revenue to government has to be one that has single-handedly provided the most support to the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I think that company deserves a huge round of applause. We heard a lot about everything the outgoing CEO has done. I think what didn't quite come out when you heard the name Hurricane Babs is truly the vision which he saw in 2012, because you could foresee that the market was on the downward trend and the headwinds were becoming visible only to those with the vision. And then he set about preparing the company for what would have been probably the most difficult time in the life of this company. But I thank Babs for that vision. But more importantly, I thank the board here present, Mr. Chairman, Chief Dr. Long John and his lovely wife, the Democratic Chairman. Please put your hands together for our Chairman. I have been on a couple of boards in my time, and when the issues come to a head, most boards, in fact more than 99% of boards will vote. But this chairman will say, I don't allow voting on my board. We have to reach a consensus. If we cannot get a consensus, let us adjourn by taking a 3-hour break. Other board members here present, Ambassador Hersey, Chief Mrs. Agbotu, Nicholas, and my pansec, I can see Gweke, and of course, the shellman, Tunde Oduole. He's actually the most difficult one on the board, and I can't understand that. You would have thought for a secondee from Shell, you will get some support from Shell, but Shell normally puts a hard line between you and her once you left. But I must say that this board has made a huge difference to the successes you have had. Thank you very much, Chairman and the board. My uncle is in the room, and he said to me, the bar has been raised based on the video I saw. And he said, what are you going to do? So I said to him, it's a game of two halves. You cannot win the game because you have won the first half. So we are entering what I would call the second half of the journey. But by some stroke of coincidence, deja vu, or what you would say, it feels like the beginning of the first half, within which the vision of the headwinds were visible. Today, we're right in the middle of that wind. We're right in the middle of the turbulence. The market is down on its knees. Gas supply has become a big deal with all the issues in the Niger Delta. What used to be a virgin asset is now about 18 to 20 years old if you add the construction phase, so the asset is aging. So we are also beginning the second half almost the same way we started the first half. So these are tough times. But by far the toughest impact on this business today is the price of gas in the market. And most people do not understand the linkage between gas and oil. I get people saying, you should be smiling. Oil is down, but gas surely will be up. No, gas is tracking oil by 70%. So we feel 70% the impact of whatever oil is suffering, and that is the reality of this business called NLNG. Called LNG. But more importantly, demand is slowing, supply is doubling. With the Americans who used to import now exporting, with Australia capturing the Asian market where we used to cream off, it's no longer a kid's play to lead a company like this. We have a lot to do, but we have no choice. We have to win. And to win, you have to win this second half. As a football fan, they will say the first half is for the players, the second half is for the coach. My coaches are the board. And I look to the board for inspiration, I look to the board for support, even greater support than we saw in the first half. But more importantly, I am absolutely confident in my colleagues, the staff of NLNG, who have brought this company this far, who have done it before. We're going to do it again. And we will deliver on the vision of this company to be a global LNG company that is making Nigeria a better place. I'd like to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for making this evening a very successful one. Thank you.
Congratulations. The immediate past Deputy Managing Director, Mr. Isa Inua, couldn't make it to this event, and he has sent a goodwill message to be read by my colleague this evening. Let's please listen to Titi Hosfall read the goodwill message of Inua.
Thank you. Dear Babs, I had expectantly looked forward to attending your send-forth party, not just for the fun, the free food and drinks, but to be part of, from a management perspective, the symbolic end of an era of exceptional performance, grounded in an appropriate business model, fueled by a favorable market